This is 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this segment, I want to once again talk about suing Mexico for illegal immigration. Now, since we did the last segment, a couple things have come up. First of all, Judge Susan Bolten has made a decision and a ruling on the Arizona immigration law. And all of it set aside, all the little innuendos and pieces and tidbits, it comes down to one thing. She is suggesting that the portion of the Arizona law that says that immigrants, legal immigrants, need to carry their papers with them at all times. She's saying that that does not follow the Constitution. Now, I don't understand how that works, since there is, within the federal law, Title 8, Section 1304, that says very clearly that immigrants of all types need to carry their visa and or other identification proving their work or student status. So I'm baffled on how she came to this conclusion. But literally, this part of her decision rips the heart right out of the Arizona law and any other law that now pops up, until we can get this thing to eventually go to the Supreme Court, I hope. The other thing that's happened is I got just a ton of comments and emails asking and pointing out different pieces of the legal doctrine on what you can and can't do around suing a country. What I've been educated on is an individual cannot sue a country. So you and I and the rest of the listeners can't go out and sue Mexico. It would have been a nice idea. I think if we bombarded them with 10 million lawsuits, I think it would have made a point. But we can't do that according to international law. Now, it baffles me, though, that Mexico can sue Arizona, because literally what they're doing is they're not suing Arizona, they're suing the taxpayers and citizens of Arizona. So I'm not quite sure how that plays out. But we do have an alternative. The alternative going back is that each state should calculate what their cost is on a yearly basis, and we should sue Mexico for that amount. That's right. Every state, all 50 states, are impacted by illegal immigration. We figure out how much of that is a Mexican issue, and we tie that back to them, and we sue them for that cost structure. Now, there's another part to this, because honestly, will we ever get that money from Mexico? I just don't know. But what about this? What if we, in that lawsuit, we implicate the drug cartels from Mexico and Central America as well? So that at any point in time, if one of the cartels does actually fall under some legal ramification where they break up the cartel and they arrest them, that all the assets of the cartel will then go to the taxpayers of the United States to recover the pain and suffering that we've been caused by the illegal immigrants who have muled the drugs into the country, by the illegal immigrants who work in the gangs and help and support distribution, and just the plain number of dollars and cash that comes from the United States and goes into Mexico, goes into Central America and South America, and eventually, in some cases, to terrorists overseas. We are able to recapture some of that. In essence, what I'm saying is that we start to implicate the bad guys in this thing. The bad guys are the drug cartels who are manipulating the government in Mexico and in Central America. Let's put them on the hot seat, and we start a process which hopefully and eventually will get us to the point where we can actually take military action against them, because they are terrorists. They are terrorizing our southern border, and they are corrupting and terrorizing our youth by putting drugs in their hands on a daily basis. You've been listening to 5 Minutes of Political Common Sense for America. I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And if you like what you heard here, then go pick up a copy of my book, Political Common Sense for America. You can find it at Amazon.com. Until next time, be safe out there.